What's going on, everybody? This is the Daily Fantasy Show brought to you by Daily Face Off. I am Josh Harris. I am riding solo today. Adam is off doing Adam things. So let's just hop right in. The first game of the night, the New York Rangers are traveling to Columbus to face the Blue Jackets. This is an interesting game from DFS perspective because I see Bob getting a lot of steam. I'm not sure that Columbus is getting a lot of steam because people don't like targeting against Henrik Lundqvist. However, I'm not convinced that Lundqvist is the Lundqvist of old, and I want some exposure to the top line of Columbus, which is Artemi Panarin, Wenberg, and Cam Atkinson. I feel like they're going to be way lower on than the second line just based off game logs. Sonny Milano has been on fire. I mean, if you want to play him off that, that's fine. I'm not going to chase points there. I'm going to be having some exposure to the top line. I'm going to use Werenski on the power play, or on the blue line with the power play correlation. It's expensive, but there's cheaper lines that you can use to fit them in. On the Rangers side, I definitely do have interest in the top line. I know, again, at 8,100, Bob's getting a lot of steam. Maybe it's the Rangers fan in me. I just feel like the Rangers can score. So, I mean, there's a bunch of goalies at 8,100, 8,200 tonight. So, if you're on Bob, I'm not going to talk you off of it. I get the play. I have other options that I like better in net tonight. And if you're using any Rangers line, I'd probably use Shattenkirk on the blue line. Also, again, Henrik Lundqvist, 7,400. No interest. No interest until you can prove to me that he's not declining as fast as we all think he is. So we'll move on to the second game of the night. We have the Washington Capitals traveling to New Jersey to face the Devils. Again, if you're full stacking, I prefer Washington 2 to Washington 1 just because Jacob Vrana has been struggling, and the unit of Backstrom, Oshie, and Burakovsky has been really good. I don't mind if you want to mini stack Ovechkin and Kuznetsov. I mean, that's a little pricey. Ovechkin's 8,400 on a shorter slate. Again, GPP fade, fine with me. You know the risk you're taking if you fade him. On the Devils side, I feel like Jesper Bratt's going to get ownership just based off last game when he was 24% owned, something like that, 24, 25% owned. Again, I'm not going to chase there. I don't mind using Taylor Hall as a one-off. Taylor Hall is about the only interest I have in the Devils tonight. And as far as goalies, Braden Holtby, same price as Bob. Braden Holtby is my favorite goalie play tonight. I know in years past, targeting a goalie against the Devils didn't really go well because New Jersey struggled to generate shots. However, they have been shooting the puck a lot more to start this year, and Holtby's coming into his own, and I feel like he has the capabilities of having a shutout tonight. And Corey Schneider, 7,200. If you want to get contrarian and take a GPP flyer on it, it's risky, but you can do it. I mean, he stood on his head last game when he was 6,800 against the Maple Leafs, so it's risky, but you can do it. He's going to be low owned. I'm not going to be doing it, but if you do, good luck. Going to the third game of the night, we have the Anaheim Ducks traveling to Colorado to face the Avalanche. If you read my GBP Stacks article up on Daily Faceoff today, you'll know that I have interest in the second line over the McKinnon line for the Avalanche. I feel like people will be drawn towards the McKinnon, Andrighetto, Rantanen line just based off last game. But I feel like Duchesne, I still can't pronounce it. I'll just call him Matty Two Chains. Matty Two Chains and Yakupov and Kerfoot. They've been playing very loose hockey, having fun out there. And I like it. I mean, I'm a big Yakupov guy. If you ever talk to me, you know I love Yakupov, and I'm glad that he got a fresh start in Colorado. I don't know if he's going to maintain it all year, but it's nice to see that he's starting off well. On the blue line, if you're going to stack the Avalanche, if you can afford Tyson Barrie at 5,300, I'd go for it. If not, I like Eric Johnson at 4,500 just because he blocks a bunch of shots. He's on the top pair, or he sees top pair minutes and does shoot the puck too. On the Duck side, I'm really not a big Duck stacker. I mean, I use Ducks way less than probably the average NHL DFS player. If you want to use Raquel as a one-off, Montour for power play exposure, and cheap D-man, I get it. I mean, Getzlaf is 7,100. That's pretty expensive. That's too expensive for me. The second line did produce nicely last game. If you want to go back there, that's fine in a GPP. For that reason, Bernier, not one of my top choices, but at 7,500 in a GPP, I can see going there. Again, also I think Gibson at 7,800 is going to be fairly popular tonight. He's been okay. I see the play. I mean, he's down in price. I'm using the Avs. So I'm not going to have Gibson. So in this game, I'll have a slightly into Bernier, but I don't think I'll have much exposure, if any, to the goalies in this game. All right, so we're going to go to the fourth game of the night. We have the Ottawa Senators traveling to Calgary to face the Flames. I don't know what the Leafs or what the Flames are doing. Putting Curtis Lazar on the top line with Gaudreau and Monahan. I don't see how that lasts the whole game. Maybe Yager gets up there at some point. I don't know if he has the conditioning yet to get top line minutes, but Lazar's not going to make it the whole game up there. But the only way I'm going to use him is if I'm using a full stack. And if you read my article, I don't have a problem with mini stacking the top line tonight. Monahan, Gaudreau, and TJ Brody. I prefer Calgary 1 at home compared to the 3M line, which I like to use on the road. They're cheap. They're cheap, though. I mean, Backlund, I think he's like 4,200, which is insanely cheap. So if you need some salary relief and a full line, I don't mind it. That line as a whole is really cheap. I just prefer Calgary 1 at home, and I think they produce better tonight. Mike Smith is 8,200. The world we live in. Mike Smith, 8,200. He's been great. I have no idea what the Ottawa lines are going to be like. They mix it up every 3 seconds. If you want to use Mike Smith, GPP, I'm totally on board with that. Craig Anderson, 7,300. I probably will have some interest just because of the shot volume he's going to see. If you're not using Flames, I can see using Anderson as a flyer, just because he's one of the only cheaper options I'd consider tonight. Let's see. I don't even know how to attack using the Senators, to be honest with you. Their lines change all the time. So, however, for the Flames, I'm going to use TJ Brody on the blue line if you can fit him. He's up to 5,000. Erik Karlsson's still out for the Sens, so I'm just going to full fade the Sens in GPPs tonight. So we're going to go to the last game of the night. We got the Detroit Red Wings on a back-to-back going into Vegas to face the Golden Knights. I'm big on the James Neal line. I mean, you got to stack them until they stop producing. They're cheap. I mean, Neal is 6,600, but Cody Eakin and Perron are cheap, and you can make it a full 4-man stack with Nate Schmidt, and it's cheap. You can fit almost anything you want in there with them. Even if Jimmy Howard starts on a back-to-back, I like them more because I think Peter Mrazek's actually the better goalie for the Red Wings. I just think the Red Wings as a team are just really bad. So, I mean, it doesn't matter who's starting in net tonight. I'm going to have some Knights exposure for sure at the Neal line. I do like Marc-Andre Fleury, 8,100. He's been really good. Start the year. Vegas Knights have been playing really well. Um, as far as the Red Wings, got to see their lines again. I don't really have much interest in the top line. The second line, Larkin and Mantha. Hopefully, Furk goes up to the top line or the second line with them. If that, and they move Albuquerque back to send him just to Russia or something. You can put him on the fourth line. But if Furk is back on the second line with Mantha and Larkin, definitely like them as well. If you're going to use that line, I'd use Mike Green. He's been good. 5,100 is a little pricey, but he's been good. Again, I like Fleury. Don't really have much interest in Howard or Mrazek tonight. So, top line in the night for me probably would be the mini stack for Calgary, for the Flames. I like the Neil line for the Knights. I like both top lines in the Rangers Blue Jackets game. And I like Washington too in that game. Top goalie play Holtby. If you're not using Rangers, Bob, obviously Fleury. Mike Smith. For cheaper options, Bernier and Anderson as GPP flyers. And that will do it for today's show. Make sure to check out Daily Faceoff. We got some new premium stuff. We have Lineup Optimizer, both cash and GPP. So if you're just a cash game player or just a GPP player, you can specifically do that. I will actually have a video going up either tonight or tomorrow showing you guys how to use the optimizer. You can upload your own projections if you have them. I mean, we have projections from Emmanuel Perry, the guy who does all the stuff with Corsica Hockey, which is awesome. We also have a premium chat, which I'm in every night from 5:45 to 6:45. So sign up, ask me questions, use the optimizer, use the projections, win money. We're all happy. So good luck, everyone, tonight. I'll see you in chat, or I'll see you on Twitter. JRH002DFS. Peace.